Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 4 of the Peach Plant Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Fern.
And I'm Ookamarii, or Peach.
Or Plant. I'm Plant.
No, you're Plant.
I forgot. I forgot how our branding and dynamic works already.
It's episode 4. We're still learning.
We're still here, all right. We're doing our best. But yeah, pretty much today's episode, we're going to go over just a few really, really quick updates. It's going to be a lot faster than the one that we did in the last episode. And then get into kind of an interesting topic that we have in
it's different.
Nostalgia and gaming and all of that other stuff. And just stick around to the end and we'll have a lot of interesting points on that. And more or less, it's just going to be the fact that we're old and we miss the old days.
Yeah.
But yeah. I was about to be like, let's hear a word from our sponsor real quick.
Let's hear a word from our sponsor. My wallet.
Yeah, I was about to say, thank you to our sponsor, me, for funding this whole thing. I'm very appreciative to me. But yeah, so on the note of really, really quick updates, we have a few interesting things that we didn't do too much research in, but I'm sure a lot of people are very interested. First off, there are a few GTA games that are getting remastered. I think it was like San Andreas, GTA 3, something like that. They're all getting remasters and are going to be on the Xbox Game Pass, I think it is, and then probably their own standalone thing as always. This will probably not come as a surprise to a lot of people as there were rumors about this one, but God of War, the 2018 version, not the new one that's going to be coming out, but you know, never know, especially with this news. God of War will be coming to PC, so that's exciting.
That'll make it a little bit more accessible.
Yeah, a little bit, especially with how wonderful of a game it was. We haven't played it yet. We kind of have plans to. I have plans to maybe play it for content, but
I'll be there for side commentary.
I mean, you never know. I'm not sure. If you want us to play God of War, I know it's been 3 years since it came out.
Yeah.
Let us know. I'm not sure when we'd get to it. We got a lot of stuff coming out that we really want to make.
We have a lineup.
Yeah, we got a pretty good lineup. So stick around, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see those new content Let's Plays that are coming out.
The God emoji. I don't really know if there is
comment chair.
Comment the Satan smiley purple emoji.
Oh yeah, the devil emoji.
Yeah.
In other news, this one is very pertinent to me. Very, very hurt by this one. The Advanced Wars game that was coming to Switch was supposed to be coming out in December, delayed to spring of 2022.
All I say is I'm happy they feel comfortable to delay their game because sometimes it just needs to happen. And
a delayed game
means there's more time going into it.
Whatever the quote is, rushed game is forever bad. I can't remember what I think it was Miyamoto. I think he said that. I can't remember.
Probably.
Please someone let me know of how stupid I am in the comments and just totally butchering that one. But yeah, I know that it being delayed is good, but goddamn, I was so looking forward to playing that soon.
Not delayed that far back.
Just the fact that it's next year is like, fuck.
Feels like it's a lot, but it's not terrible.
And then the last two things we have is the first Uncharted movie trailer came out, so that was very interesting. I
haven't seen it yet, so I do want to.
I didn't see it either. I just saw some snippets of it. And I also have not even played Uncharted, so I don't know how true to form it's going to be. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's got Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland in it.
Did you know that Mark Wahlberg has a car dealership in Dublin, Ohio?
Yes.
It's fucking weird.
I know. It's very strange. Yeah, it's really, really weird. And then the last update. Actually, second to last update. Last gaming update. But last update, I'll let you go ahead with this one.
Guys, holy shit. Pokemon. I'm so excited. So Pokemon dropped a trailer a few days ago that was really blurry and staticky, and it was this guy exploring through presumably the old Sinnoh Legend of Legend Arceus game, right? And it was all staticky, and people are like, oh, what does it mean? And people are taking the hints, and I'm like, oh, it has to be a Zorua based off of the it has to be. I feel it in my bones. It's a Bones Day. Come on.
Shut the fuck up.
And guess what? On another Bones Day, they fucking sit here and announce the full trailer, and it's a Hisuian form of Zorua and Zoroark, and they are so cool. Zoroark's kind of weird. It's got like a massive comb over, but whatever.
Yeah, it's a little freaky, but I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's super cool. And oh my God, Zorua
this time I
so
promise.
cute.
This time I promise. I know I've said it a few times, but I'm gonna put something on the screen. I will put it on the damn screen this time. A picture of Zorua and Zoroark.
Put up my fan art.
Yeah, go like it on Instagram or wherever the fuck you put it.
If you look on my Twitter, I posted a video where I was taking 1 million screenshots of the Zorua because I was so happy. Anyways, looks super great, and it's a ghost, primarily normal with the second typing of ghost, which means that it is double time effective or susceptible to dark type. And it's just funny.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Normal is not weak to dark.
I mean, effective against it. Right?
What? What are you saying?
Isn't it 2 times effective against dark type?
What?
No. Dark type is effective against those 2.
Dark is effective against ghost.
That's what I said.
That's it.
It's not against normal?
No. The only thing that normal gives a shit about is fighting. And since it's a ghost type, fighting isn't effective against it. So it's literally only weak to dark.
Well, it became what it was weak against.
All right,
Zora
fucking edgelord over here. I didn't know we were making some fan theory ska whatever
all right,
over
anyways, it's great. Looks great. I'm a happy fucking camper. That was a great day. But
it was a great day.
It was a great day. Anyways, and what's the last bit?
Come on now.
What?
What's the last update?
Oh my God.
What was that, James Charles? Oh my God.
Hi, sisters.
Jesus Christ. We're going to get demonetized just for that one little thing.
Fight me in the comments, James. I can take you down.
I think a tree could.
Yeah.
Not even a falling tree, just one that's there.
He looks funny at the tree and he's just,
oh God, my makeup.
Dies in gay.
Oh, I hate that man.
I hate James Charles so
or
much.
whatever the fuck he is.
Fucking creep. Anyways, well, let's get off of his soapbox. Piece of shit. By the time this episode is up, we will be officially married. I liked myself.
You can tell that we're very excited about it. Just absolutely over the moon.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I think what's crazy is, aside from the tax benefits.
Jesus Christ, where is that?
I'm currently playing Genshin.
Yeah, she's currently playing Genshin, and she just found the holy grail of carrots.
It's by the Dawn Winery, by
God damn.
the closest little house south of the Dawn
I'm gonna
Winery.
make a note of that real quick.
I feel like I told you this before when you were running low on carrots.
I thought it was somewhere else.
Anyways, marriage and shit. I am super excited because we will be getting our pictures done on the 26th. And then we will be going to the courthouse and getting our license and the officiant on the 27th. So
Big excited.
We
had plans to also talk about the wedding and kind of the process.
I have a lot to say.
Maybe at a later date where Mo would host that episode. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in. I know that at the beginning in like episode 1 and a few times we kind of slated the podcast to be a little bit of everything. We've been a little game heavy, just that's kind of how the nature of
season.
Yeah, kind of the nature of the season right now is just super game heavy, super, I mean, God, just pop culture and anything related. Animes are being announced, this, then, and the other. Movies, like Q4 and into Q1 is so heavy with the announcements that they make. So we've been a little game heavy. But if you want to hear like topics about anything, about our lives, about I mean, God, any other media, manga or
anime
or movies, like, shout it out. Like, I know Dune, as of recording this, Dune just came out yesterday. Mob Psycho season 3 was announced like 4 days ago or something like that. So
we've got a big watch list. We just have to sit down and watch it.
There's a lot of stuff that we would like to get into, and if that's something, oh my God, my voice.
That's something.
We went to a game yesterday and I was screaming and it had some drinks for the first time in a long time. So
I went to a sports game and it was fun.
Yeah, it was a really good time. So yeah, if my voice is a little rasp, I totally apologize for that. But yeah, if you guys want to hear anything other than gaming, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to talk about anything that you guys are interested in, because we feel like we have a very unique perspective on a whole lot of things, especially with modern going against modern tradition and a bunch of
like our whole wedding is completely not normal.
We did a lot of very untraditional things. We didn't
have a lot of money for pandemic, and so you have to kind of resort to other things. I was unemployed, and how do you plan? What people do you invite? All that kind of stuff. It's
just giving our perspective of a lot of things. Just, money, employment, big life changes and stuff like that, and kind of where we're at as a pair of millennials, 25, 26, that are going through a pandemic, terrible financial, state of the United States, and kind of where we're at on that one. So if that sounds like something interesting, let us know in the comments, leave a few likes, and we'll look into maybe doing something like that.
Big like goal today. I'm feeling like we should get maybe about 4. Let's go with 4 likes today, guys. Anyways,
I'm just going to let everybody know that was not passed by me at the beginning of this one, so she is definitely hitting an ambitious like goal.
I decide how many likes we get, and if you don't get me 4 likes, I will find you.
And if you don't, then I will make 4 burner accounts and like it all on my own.
Who says I haven't done that already?
All right. But into the meat and potatoes of this one, like I had mentioned, it's going to be kind of, we call it nostalgia of gaming. It'll be a little bit of nostalgia, but kind of just, I don't know, maybe a
remembering,
like a breakdown or an analysis of gaming now as 25-year-olds, almost, or 26-year-olds actually.
Yeah. How old are we?
Yeah, jeez. But yeah, kind of like we're that generation, that grew up and like we didn't have phones, we didn't have guide, and things are different. We're not really here to say everything's bad. We definitely have a lot of criticism for a few things, but it's like, I don't know. It's very odd, the direction that gaming is taking, and I feel like we kind of want to touch on that.
Yeah, I think we have a lot to say because we like modern gaming, but we also don't like modern gaming.
Yeah,
and we were young gamers too.
Absolutely.
So obviously we don't really like remember everything from being fetus Game Boy players, but remembering just the beginning of gaming from what we've experienced and having that be what adapted our emotionalisms and kind of our emotional attachment rather to gaming, and then seeing the change through our whole lifetime.
Exactly. Like being able to sit here for me personally and just be like Bungie, Pokemon, or like Nintendo as a whole, like those 2 companies and then just a few other things here and there are like what molded me as a person. So it's interesting to see where those directions go for those games, or like seeing how they are remastered or reinvented, and you're just kind of like, wow, this is interesting. So right now I think we'll talk about, we have a few points on here, but the first one I want to get into, which I think is really kind of a show of the time, and I don't think it's avoidable anymore, but it just really grinds our gears, is like leaks and spoilers.
Do you want to go into games that we liked beforehand and what we liked about old games? Or do you want to go into...
Sure, we can do that.
I feel like we should kind of soak into the nostalgia a little bit.
Yeah. And I think what's kind of bringing up this topic, and it was an idea of mine specifically, was... I sat here and I looked at a lot of games that were coming out, especially with doing these podcasts now. I look a lot more into the news. I look more in depth on a lot of these things. And within the next few, well, I guess we can say now until the next few months, 4 games are being either remastered or continued that are what I would say when I was a child, easily in like my top 10, top 20 games. That is, Halo is getting Halo Infinite, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl getting blinding, or I always say blinding, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, the Advanced War game that I had mentioned earlier. I loved that game for some reason. And Super Monkey Ball. It had the Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz or Bonanza or whatever the fuck it's called, which was essentially a true remake or remaster of Super Monkey Ball 2, which is my absolute favorite. Spoiler alert, you're going to be seeing some Super Monkey Ball Bonanza or whatever the fuck it's called content in the future of us playing some of that. So
got it at Target. So
yeah, we made a last minute trip there, and it's we're
like
really
9 o'clock.
We're
went to Target.
really excited about playing that. So, but yeah, it just kind of hit me of like, wow, I miss those days. I miss picking up Diamond and Pearl and being like, this is all new, and playing Monkey Ball, and when I was very young and hating some of the levels because I was young and stupid and couldn't play some of the levels.
Couldn't understand how they
couldn't
worked.
understand how I could just not win ever. And then like Halo, just being able to play, go to a friend's house and play Halo and just be like, oh, who's taking turns of playing SWAT, and then let's play some it's not zombies, what is it called, Flood or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just do all this, that, and the other is so fun with friends. And I don't know, it got me really nostalgic and in some points emotional. It's like, oh my God.
Too.
Huh?
That tweet that I posted as well.
Oh yeah, it was like, without revealing your age, post 2 games that came out when you were 12 or something like that.
Yeah, 12. So 2007 for us.
And fucking surprise, surprise, what was it? Halo 3 and Pokemon. And I was like, God damn, it's just all right there. So yeah, it's really crazy to sit here and like, we're sitting in our basement. We have a huge kind of setup for podcasts and gaming and all that other stuff.
At all our consoles.
And just looking at, like, I got my PS2 right there, and I got my GameCube, and we have a 360, and then I turn around and I see all my old games, and I'm like, God, I just want to play Viva Pinata or Modern Warfare or Halo, and just play all these old games because they're so good still.
Yeah.
Like, they really
Their
still
replayability.
hold. Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. I was feeling very nostalgic recently, and I feel that you're always nostalgic because you
absolutely
you play all your old games all the time. Like, what did you play?
I was super heavy on Pokemon games.
What a shock!
I know, right? Well, and I had some very interesting games that I played as a kid. I know the frog looked really weird.
She's fighting a boss, and there was this frog that's made of water, and she froze it, and it just froze in a T-pose.
Yeah. But I did a lot of PlayStation gaming as kind of my first big console. I started off with Game Boy. So my first game that I ever played, given a little bit of assistance with my siblings, was Pokemon Yellow. And that moved into Red and Blue, and that moved into Gold and Silver, and so on and so forth. But we were really big on PlayStation. We had this big van that was like one of those 3-row vans. It was a Chevy Astro. We called it Poopster because it was brown.
Originality is flowing through her family's veins.
It wasn't my idea, but
it wasn't a little 3-year-old idea, Uka's idea to name it fucking Poopster.
Poopster the van. Well, my older siblings would make fun of the van because all of our friends had like nice newer vans, and we didn't because it just wasn't a priority at work.
And now we're in 2021s, and I think vans should be abolished.
Absolutely, minivans specifically. But yeah, we had like a globe TV that we would put in front of the front chairs, and we would rest it on that console, and we would hook up our PlayStation, and long car rides down to Florida because we have family members there. We would play Frogger, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, all of that good shit. I mean, it just was the coolest stuff ever. But then I also have really obscure games. Like, I love the Sonic franchise. I think that's just something that I will probably always be a fan of, even though the newer games suck ass. You can't even fight me on that. It's true. But yeah, like Sonic games, and I love the Sonic GameCube games, Pikmin, Billy Hatcher,
and just as a reference to all of you guys, if you stick around and you watch a lot of our content, you will, and you like some of these titles,
you'll see us play them.
You're gonna see us play these because some of these old games, we just love these old games.
Yeah.
Billy Hatcher, Pikmin, like, oh my God, they are so fun, and they have replayability.
Absolutely.
Like I think it's very hard to judge a game's replayability, especially whenever they're new, or even in the past like 5 years. Like, I'd say it's very difficult to judge that.
Yeah.
Nintendo, I think, no matter what, just has that feature.
Somehow, I don't
they're
even know
losing
what
it in
is.
certain things, but they have that.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell myself right now, we recently got Metroid Dread. We'll probably do some content on that eventually. But I can tell you right now, I will replay Metroid Dread at some point.
Yeah.
I just know I will. But they're losing it in the fact that I am never replaying Sword and Shield. I don't think that game.
Did you ever finish it?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, at least beat Leon and whatnot.
Yeah, I played the DLC with you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I think you have to beat Leon to get all that shit.
Honestly, I don't even feel like I finished
which
the game.
feels like it sucks too, is that the second DLC was actually good.
Yeah.
But I never played it.
Yeah.
I think I did like two of those.
I had to play it because I had Zoroark in it, so I had to get
I think I did like 2 of those dungeon run things, and then I never even caught the birds.
Yeah.
I don't even think I did that.
Oh, but yeah, I definitely think a lot of more modern games are kind of losing that replayability, and I don't know what makes it a game replayable, because there are some games that are super plot heavy and super linear, and like, okay, so interesting enough, I
have a good example, but you go.
I used to be into Neopets. I was a Neopet fucking kid. I bought the plushies. I would go to like the limited.
I wasn't as into it as you, but I definitely was like, I played some Neopets.
Like, I liked this
and
stuff.
I liked that, and I played the game online, and I'm pretty sure I was collecting. I'm not a hoarder, but I am so into collecting shit.
Yes.
Like, if there are cards, if there are like, I love Pokemon because I love collecting Pokemon. I love plushies and like all that other shit. I shit you not. We went to McDonald's one day, and I told my mom, I was like,
oh my
it was
God.
like the 5th. I saw something on the news that was like, these aren't going to be available much longer. And I looked at my mom and I went, Mom,
we need to go.
We're going to McDonald's. This is like
buying
9-year-old me telling my mom, we're going to McDonald's. I want you to buy whatever they have left. I shit you not. My mom went through the drive-thru and asked, and she's like, how many more of the little toys do you have? And they were like, not many.
She's like, I don't care, give them.
She's like, I want as many as you feel comfortable giving me. They gave us 13 or so.
No shit.
They were all the same fucking one. I was so mad. It was the one that has like the little lily pad ears or whatever. Like it sits and its eyes are always closed, and it has the 2 things that come up.
Aisha.
Sure.
It's the little cat.
It was was like 9 Aisha. 7 of them were yellow and 3 of them were green, and I was like, fucking, this sucks.
Oh my God. Yeah, I did that too, and I also went to like the Limited 2 store where it was all the like the little girl stuff. It was just like the girl store.
I think I was so mad I didn't eat my chicken nuggets that day.
They had the magazines, because they had a magazine, and I was so into Neopets that I would draw the Neopets. You know what? I want to go find it just for my own personal nostalgia. And if you're gonna, oh my God, if you're gonna find it, we got to put it in the video. Yeah. Done. We'll
All
do
right,
it.
all right.
I'll find it. Oh, now given majority of it was like fucking.
You will know if she found it because there will be a picture or not.
I definitely traced some, but I would make like OCs and stuff and whatever. But I love that shit, and I tried to send it into the magazine and be featured in like the art section. Never got picked, but whatever.
Oh my god, I remember doing shit like that now
but
too.
The gaming, so I just that's not a thing anymore that people do as kids. It's like I miss that, the stupid cringy art contests. Oh, side note, there was a contest. I'm thinking about it too because Pokemon's hosting a art contest where you have like 10 or 12 Pokemon that you pick from, you draw, and it'll be made into a promotion card. So I want to enter in that, spoiler, woo, but I have no idea if I will be able to because I'm employed now.
Yeah.
Anyways,
claps in the comments for Mo. She finally got a job.
Got a fucking job, and it's the best job. It's what I wanted.
We're so excited.
But they had contests like that for the Neopets, and they had a Neopet game for the PlayStation, and that I still play to this fucking day. I love that garbage fire of a game. I watched her play so
it.
Bad.
It's awful.
Can we do a let's play of it?
Oh,
Can I do a let's play of it?
If you are comfortable with me roasting the shit out of it again, then absolutely, let's go for it.
It's so bad that it's good.
I mean, that's your opinion.
I love it so much. I love it. It's so bad.
But you're talking about the drawing. I totally remembered there were... I unfortunately won't be able to be as lucky as Mo because she has a lot of her stuff on her.
I've archived it.
I have absolutely no idea where this is. It's probably at my parents' house in some boxes. I drew, to this day, the absolute best drawing I ever had was Sly Cooper.
Oh, no kidding.
I took the cover of, I want to say, Sly 3, and I drew Sly.
Okay.
For fan art. And the whole inspiration was because in GameStop magazines, they used to, at the front, they would have like a first, second, and third fan art that was sent in, and I was going to send it in. I had absolutely no fucking idea how to send it in, though. No. Because my family was so technologically or anything figuring that all out impaired, even though it probably just needed to be like mailed.
Yeah.
But
usually.
To this day, that was probably the absolute best art I ever made. I have no idea where it is. And then after that, my most prized possession.
This is
another. Oh my God, my voice. I'm so sorry.
Damn.
Another game in line with like Billy Hatcher and all of them, of something that I love. I will die on the hill that Viva Pinata is an absolutely amazing game. I love the shit out of that game.
Did you ever watch the Viva Pinata show on
I was so
4Kids
mad.
TV?
I was so mad. 4Kids TV is the dumbest network ever. Yeah. Because it had shows that were
Sonic
absolute
X
bangers and they never played them.
Yeah.
Kirby, Sonic, and Viva Pinata and Yu-Gi-Oh! Should have been the only things that were ever on that damn platform, and they decided to play everything else.
Oh my God.
Wasn't Shaolin Showdown on that too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, that was another amazing show.
And Puka as well.
Don't know what that is.
Puka is like this little girl.
That was probably the show that I hated, and they always played that instead of everything else. Yeah, whatever that is. But I concepted, because the game was so simplistic, I made a concept for my own creatures or whatever. And I did, oh my
like
God.
Fakemon and
I
whatnot.
did. Yeah, it was like Fakemon, but for Viva Pinata. Honey, I had to have made at least 50.
I love that. That's
oh my
so
God.
cute.
I had what you needed to romance them, what their house looked like. I had like what you needed to get them as a resident and for them to visit. I had everything, and I was going to send it all into them.
You'd be like, here you go.
Here you go.
Next game.
And then they made Trouble in Paradise, which was the second one. And I shit you not, they made like 4 of the ones that were damn close to what I had made a concept for.
I'm literally crying.
And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to send it in. And again, had no idea how to send it into them. Didn't know if it was ever going to work. And then Rare like damn near went out of business and like, never made games again. But they're back, thank God.
I remember
love Rare.
You had played a little bit of Viva Pinata for me in our first apartment.
If you're playing Neopets, I'm playing Viva Pinata.
All right, fine.
Oh my God, I love that game
we'll just
so
do
much.
Solo Let's Plays. Well, did you ever play any Wii games that you really liked? I was heavy on Wii stuff too.
I played a lot of Wii, but like for whatever reason, the Wii does not resonate with me.
Interesting. Okay.
I love the Wii Sports Resort.
Yeah.
I played that for a long time.
Dude, let's do a Let's Play of that as well.
We're breaking our television and I don't want to do that.
I loved the Wii console because it had very interesting kind of Sonic games. Like Knight's Journey of Dreams was
never played it, but I know of it.
It was huge because, okay, this is gonna sound so old timey. Anime wasn't really a thing when we were young. It was kind of cartoons. A little bit of Sailor Moon was transported over on like Toonami, stuff like that.
Speaking of anime, if you want a nostalgia anime podcast, I have some very interesting thoughts in regards to that one too. But that's for y'all. If you want it, let us know. Oh, great. Our wonderful guest stars here again.
Wait, be quiet. What do you say? Get off the table.
Go away.
Anyways, so I didn't really know what the name of anime was. My siblings weren't into like cartoons. They weren't into anime, stuff like that. So it was very unfamiliar. And so I would look up like cartoon girls and try to find out the shows that they were from. And that kind of sparked my anime interest. And then my sister made a friend who knew of Sailor Moon and knew that it was called anime. And so I went into the whole thing of anime.
And thus she was lost.
Forever.
She was lost to the depths of animation.
And, just trying to find...
That's her gateway weeb drug.
Well, you had to, like, find shows that, you didn't know the name of, and that you'd have to, like, search up a character. And now there's a trillion MC characters with just pink hair and, like, magical girl genre. And what even is that? And it was so simple.
Bo.
But yeah, I don't know. I just remember the nostalgia of having to look up shows and the games and things like that. And I would like when I found, oh my God, specifically with Neopet characters, they had the fairies there. I loved the fairies that I would print them out and I would put them on my wall because I thought they were so pretty.
Just rolled my eyes so hard that my head actually went backwards.
Did you ever do some stuff like that? Like, we couldn't take screenshots of things and put them on the computer.
We didn't have the internet until I was like 15 and actually lived in where I went to high school.
We had the internet very young.
We did not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I got my own computer because I got like a big Apple tower that had the
to no fault
Adobe
of my parents
Suite.
like they just truly did not understand technology.
Oh, understandable.
I was an unintentionally sheltered child when I was younger. Like it wasn't
dad,
like, oh, we want to keep you safe. It was like, no, we genuinely don't know how to keep up with the times.
Know what it is. My dad works in kind of like the IT realm, so we were exposed to computers pretty darn fast. And we had I have 3 older siblings, so you got to have some form of updated entertainment and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, gosh, wow. I'm unlocking like memories that I haven't thought about in forever. And this is
the only thing I played on my computer was a game called Dinosaur Adventure 3D.
Of course.
I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was younger. If any of you know Dinosaur Adventure 3D, 1, you're old as shit. 2, I love you, and I will if I ever see you in real life and you tell me you know of Dinosaur Adventure 3D, I'm hugging you on the spot and signing whatever memorabilia you want.
Yeah.
Easy. Oh my God, that game was so fun. But that's all that I had in regards to the internet because I was just like, I don't.
What kind of phones did you? What was your first cell phone?
A Juke.
Oh my god.
The Samsung Juke.
What color was it?
Red.
Damn.
That
You were
was
a
so
cool
cool.
kid.
Everybody else had their Motorola Razors and Envies, and I was just like, yeah.
I had
I got this knife-looking thing.
I had the MV, but it was the orange one, and it was like one of the first side flip phones.
I wanted that fucking phone so bad.
That phone was indestructible. I could have thrown it at the wall and it would break the wall.
I got the NV2 after the Juke.
So the slimmer
to my
one?
day, that's like
The coolest phone.
that was my favorite phone.
Yeah.
After
I like
course,
it more
iPhones, but like
I like it almost more than iPhones. I want to get off of touchscreen phones.
yeah, something about it's a little interesting, but like damn, something about the NV2 was like this phone is. It's
So
life-changing.
Cool. All the little Y2K sluts nowadays would be like, oh my god, you had one of those? Bitch. It's like, shut up. Oh my god. I think the whole trend of the Y2K stuff is so stupid.
That shit's funny.
I literally saw on TikTok, side note, this pisses me off about Gen Z.
Oh god,
they were like,
go.
Did you know?
Here come the dislikes.
Honestly, I welcome it, because if you think that this is anything but weird,
well,
you're weird.
I guess I'm waiting to hear what you say.
Gen Z on TikTok starts posting videos. Guys, I discovered something.
Oh no.
Skirts with shorts in them.
Oh no.
Fucking skirts? You didn't discover shit, honey.
What if we made shorts that were made out of denim? Oh no.
Jorts.
Jorts. I still have a pair.
I know you do. You wore them to work for like Country Day or America Day or whatever.
Yeah, America Day. Yeah, I wore that in my Budweiser shirt.
Oh, it was so ugly.
And my work boots and my NASCAR hat.
But yeah, anyways, the whole Y2K stuff coming back is just
God, I had like 2
fucking
points I was gonna make, and I totally forgot because we went so far off point. But yeah, I mean, God, where even were we? Where am I? What's going on here?
Did you ever like have any favorite toys as a kid for nostalgia? Because I was really big on imaginary stuff. I was a LARPer hardcore. I had
freak.
When I was a kid, I had 2 best friends. Their names were Christina and Alec, and they were so into Sonic stuff and Pokemon stuff, and we would pretend to be Pokemon trainers and we would battle one another and like, no, mine's grass, so I win. And then like we would also, this is where it gets cringy. I have goosebumps thinking about this.
Oh, God.
We would LARP as like Sonic characters.
Oh, no.
Because Sonic Air Riders came out on the Wii, and
Sonic Air Rider's even a game? Yeah. I thought it was Kirby Air Rider.
No, Sonic, I think it's just called Sonic Riders, and then Sonic Riders Zero Gravity was the second one. But yeah, we would play as Sonic characters, and we'd get on our scooters and roll around on the street and be like, oh, I'm doing the tricks and shit. We would pop wheelies and we would feel so cool.
Y'all are all just totally able to unsubscribe now. Oh,
Please,
man.
no, don't leave me. I invalidate my feelings. Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But like when I sit here and think about it, mega cringe. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But I was so happy with doing all of that. And like the imagination of being a kid back then, and also the trend of like, honey, when we have kids, you and I have spoken about this before, we are not going to have fucking tablet babies.
Absolutely
They're going to
not.
learn to look out the window and imagine.
You gotta learn to be bored.
Yes.
You gotta watch the raindrops race.
God. And just
You gotta sing sad songs in your head while you're driving and put your head on the window and be like, oh,
yeah. Have your little fucking iPod or whatever and just listen to your music and just be there. Like,
now, son,
oh
this
my
is an
God.
iPod Nano. Where's the screen? Exactly.
It's yours. But yeah, it's that's just something that I miss, because my imagination well has run dry a little bit.
It's hard because everything's just kind of, given to you. I mean, given there are a lot of games, like, especially right now, like Mo's playing Genshin and she's in her teapot. So it's like, build your own city. It's really fun. Use your imagination on that one. But I mean, just the general imagination of people is like, it's hard now. People aren't like writing stories or just, you know, making their own drawings. It's kind of hard, but I don't know. It goes into another topic that we'll kind of address a little bit later in the show of kind of the reach that the world has now and just kind of where we're at on that one. But God, toys. What toys did I have?
I had like Eddie Spaghetti, Bratz dolls.
What the fuck is Eddie Spaghetti?
Eddie Spaghetti, or Betty Spaghetti. Betty Spaghetti was like, they had these balls and these limbs that were bendable, and they were like spaghetti girls. And I'll pull up a picture while you look at me with such disdain.
Oh, God. Toys. I was mega Lego.
Yeah.
Big Lego kid. I had so many Star Wars Lego sets. That was my set. I was a Star Wars nerd. Loved it. For whatever reason, thought episode 2 was so good. Even though everybody hates it, I still have like a little bit of, oh, those things.
I'm showing him a picture of the Betty Spaghetti, like, main girl with the blonde hair.
Man.
Yeah, so they had these beads.
Simpler times back then when you could just entertain a kid with a noodle.
I mean, literally.
Now you need to spend $8,000 on an iPad so that they can throw a temper tantrum and throw it at the wall.
Oh my God, I just remembered something else too. Anyways, please continue. So you had your Legos and your Star Wars and all that
I was
fun
also
stuff.
back into my collector whatever. I adored Transformers.
Did you really?
Oh my God.
That's
Transformers were so much fun. And they were like actually kind of difficult back then. Like they had very, no, well, you didn't build them, but like the instructions to transform them from a man to or whoever to the machine that they were was like actually complicated. I remember I had one that had so many parts, and by the time I got older, at least 8 of them were missing. Like it was just an absolute train wreck. I think it was called Unicron. It was a planet.
Okay.
Like it wasn't like, oh, okay, Optimus is a truck and Ironhide is a different truck. Like this dude was a fucking planet.
Okay.
And you had to build, and he was this tall. I'm putting my hands up. My man was at least 1.5 to 2 feet tall.
Jesus.
He was huge. And I don't think I was also, for whatever reason, so stubborn in reading the directions on Transformers. I always wanted to figure it out on my own. Okay. And I always did. I don't think I ever transformed that motherfucker into a man from a planet or from a man back into a planet. Like either way. I don't think I ever did it.
Oh my God.
He just sat as a mess, like forever. I just, for whatever reason, couldn't do it. But my absolute favorite for Transformers, there was, I don't even know how you want to describe it. I guess like a series of them, or that was how the toys were being presented at the time, where there were these little things called mini-cons. So you had like Autobots, Decepticons, and then there were mini-cons. And in the series or in the anime or cartoon, mini-cons could latch onto the other,
the big ones,
the big Transformers, and they were kind of used as like power-ups.
Oh
like,
my God.
oh, I have this one, so now it's like a gun. So some of them they had like multiple uses of, they would be their little, what they transformed into, and then transformed into a man, and then if you got a set of them, they would combine into a sword, and then the big ones could hold them as a sword.
All right,
and it was
Voltron.
So cool. The mini-cons were my absolute favorite because they, true to their name, were mini. They were no bigger than like 2 inches and were very easy to transform and were very collectible, and they were just an absolute blast. If you have mini-cons, we will open a P.O. box and I want you to send them to me. I loved the mini-cons. They were so much fun.
I just remembered a huge thing that had a giant impact on me. It started off with a show, and it was on that 4Kids TV thing, and it was the Winx Club, and it was just amazing how impactful the Winx Club was on me. It was like these fairy girls, and they go to fairy school, and they get kind of they discover their elements and all that kind of stuff. They discover
their winks.
Pretty much, yeah, that's exactly. Did you watch it?
No, I was being stupid.
It literally, they had.
God damn it!
I'm so proud of you. They had like,
they go to a piñata and they discover their Viva.
So they had like their little charms that would allow them to get different forms of stuff, and they made these dolls as well. And I had all the dolls, and they had their wings that you could put on there, and they had like a magazine, or kind of a manga magazine sort of a thing. I still am into that shit nowadays because it's so fun. The nostalgia just makes me happy. I don't know. Leave me alone.
I can't believe there's an 8-year-old schoolgirl still trapped inside you.
I'm so immature.
God. But yeah, after our like 30-minute tangent of nostalgia of what we like,
let's talk about
what we actually wrote down and we're going to talk about. So yeah, I think why we look back nostalgia of like all of that with so much love and kind of, you know,
fondness,
that's the word I'm looking for, it was simpler times back then. There was such a lack of knowledge and of rules during that time. Like now we have the internet, and it goes into kind of what we're saying or what we wanted to talk about at some other point of like there's no discoverability anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's very, very difficult, and it's very, very difficult even when you're not like actively looking for it to see it. Like you were speaking about it one day of like Genshin sometimes really is hard for me to continuously like, because no matter what I'm doing, my timeline or someone or something is posting about new characters that are coming out, new updates that are coming out, all these leaks that are coming out.
And they're like, unavoidable.
So for a lot of people, I always say to a lot of people, for whatever reason, the algorithm blessed me or whatever. Everybody thinks that Twitter is a shithole. I've never had a problem with Twitter.
I don't have a problem with Twitter. I have the problem with the people on it.
Even to that point, I've never had a problem with anyone on Twitter.
Well,
like seeing hate or seeing spoilers. Like somehow people are like, oh, watch out on Twitter, there's so many spoilers, and I'll be like,
where?
Okay, I haven't seen anything. So like,
I think the problem for me is I follow a lot of artists, and they can be very in their feels and have eccentric opinions, and so
yeah,
I have a little bit more different opinion than that,
and it's tough because some of these people are like, you have to look at the spoilers, you have to get that jump.
Yeah,
artists have to be making that content immediately
to be relevant, and
marketing and oh my God, journalists, all of that other stuff. They got to get those clicks. They got to get that new content out there so that they can get those views. Yeah. And it's like, I mean, even to a little bit of ourselves, if we're going to be honest here, episode 3 came out as a bonus episode just because we needed to get back on track to being somewhat relevant with what we're talking about if we're talking about news. Yeah. Like we made that...
we had to get the Animal Crossing out
there. We made the Animal Crossing podcast, and we sat here and we looked at our upload schedule and we were like, shoot, if we make this and we release it when we're on track to release this is going to come out 2 weeks after the announcement of all of this. Mm-hmm. And I know that, it's kind of... I mean, for us, it's kind of irrelevant. We're not going to get recommended to anybody in our early days. And, there's other people out there that are actual content creators, and they're making news 4 hours after that came out. Like we don't have the bandwidth
with
to
like
do that.
Multiple episodes of like reviewing things like Austin John. I love him. He's great. Mm-hmm. Austin John he is on top of his shit.
That dude makes shit 2 hours after something comes out.
I mean, like he does like the full, edits, and the reaction,
like, bam,
and then he does an analysis of it, and then like a further deep dive or what. I'm like, I just don't like how do you, I mean, given it's his full-time job, so when it's your job, it's understandable, but like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's another one I watch. It's New Rockstar Media, and they do a lot of the nerdy kind of content for shows and movies.
Okay.
And I followed them a lot for Marvel stuff because Marvel is just a whole, grab bag of so much stuff.
Yeah.
And when all of the shows were coming out, so Loki, What If, like all that other shit, they had immediate reactions 3 hours after the episode had come out.
That's insane.
And then the main guy had a Easter egg breakdown, 20-minute Easter egg breakdown of the whole episode of everything that you missed and deep dive analysis of it the next day.
Oh my God.
And it's like, shout out to those people. They are dedicated beyond belief.
You have to have a whole team.
Believe me.
Hey,
believe us. We are dedicated to what we are doing right now. We are absolutely... There is a spark that has been reignited within me personally for content creation. I don't know if it's the same for you.
I mean, I've been in the content creation form for a while, but pandemic, I'm fatigued from it.
Yeah, but like video content, I used to stream, do a lot of stuff like that. I even made a few videos, and I was just like, it's kind of tough. But with you right here, and just kind of how we can bounce back off each other, my passion has been reignited for this stuff. I'm like, this is awesome. But even with that, with our jobs now, doing that is impossible.
Yeah.
It's just impossible. And I understand.
Full-time jobs, Monday through Friday, 8-hour days. Where do you have to, and then you have to take care of your home and laundry and chores. And I don't think people realize, like, if you ever have your mom taking care of your shit, if you're still laying at home or staying at home, it's so much work.
Yeah.
Like the culture shock of you taking care of yourself, it's going to rock your world.
Yeah. Well, that's for another podcast, but
yeah, right. Ugh.
But yeah, I think after our tangent of talking about how content creation is, back to the nostalgia and all that other shit. Yeah, it's just it's crazy, just kind of where we're at with that access of knowledge and just being kind of how you were saying of content creation burnout. Mm-hmm. There's almost gamer burnout. Mm-hmm. But I mean, this may or may not apply to people. I think it's definitely a show of our age and where we are now, being 26 with jobs, looking for, how is our family going to establish itself in the future? How are we gonna, do grown-up shit? But for younger generations, or for people that are younger right now, maybe not so much, and for content creators, not so much. But it's just like with this newfound eruption of, in the past 10 years, having access to so much knowledge at your fingertips. I mean, maybe it was different. Maybe games were coming out at the same speed. There are so many games.
There's so many
There's
so many
games in so many versions and so many different algorithms of so many this, that, and the other that were like, I mean, God, even right now, I'm looking at stacks of games that we have that I'm like, we'll make content for it. And with the amount of time that we have, like, we'll never be able to play a new game for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, we've got Dread and this, that, and the other. I won't list them all off to at least, not contradict myself for spoilers and be like, oh, here's a surprise of like,
we're going to do this.
Yeah.
And do it.
And be able to actually deliver some stuff to you and surprise you with what we're going to do. But I mean, it's like, God, I could stack up 20 games that we want to play that we already own.
Yeah.
Not even new ones that are coming out.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit. And especially with now you have mobile games and you have these games. I mean,
you can play on your iPad too, and just all of.
And I know that mobile games they're not inherently so different because you had the PSP, you had the SP, you had the DS, and those are technically still mobile games. And I mean, to some degree, a Switch, that's a mobile console, but mobile games and the fact of like, good luck finding a good mobile game that doesn't make you pay fucking $50 to actually play the game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm playing Pokemon Masters. I really am not playing Pokemon Masters anymore right now because I'm just a little burned out with it because of content and doing other things. But I won't lie, dipped a little bit of money into Pokemon Masters, and it's just like, where did that get me? Nowhere.
Well, and even Genshin too.
Yeah, I've dipped money into Genshin, and it's like, I mean, and sometimes, some people always want to be free to play or whatever, but Pokemon Masters and Genshin, I try to sit here and just think of it as, you have my time. You got my time.
Yeah.
I think you have earned at least a little bit of my money to be like, you did great. You did a good job. You entertained me. you at least deserve some of my money.
Well, and especially if it's a free game, then it's like, okay, $60 is kind of the budget, because that's what most games are.
Absolutely.
So,
but it's still just kind of like, God, it just...
Ooh, my tummy just grumbled.
I wonder if that'll pick up.
If it does, let me know.
Okay. But it's even with Genshin a little bit right now, they're making a few changes here and there, but I mean, even Genshin, as much as I enjoy the game, they're a money grab.
Oh my God, fuck MiHoYo.
MiHoYo is just a sack of shit, and it's like, God, can you just... I would have rather you made me pay $60 to buy the game instead of you giving me absolute dog shit rewards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just kind of where we're at on that one. And then kind of the burnout, and I feel like this is true for a lot of medias, is like... And this was another topic that we thought potentially we could get into, of who could you look at and say is at fault for this, but the utter lack of original content is mind-blowing.
It is. Well, I mean, you have to think about it though. Like nothing is original anymore.
True, but even then it's like, it's so hard to find something original. Like Genshin, I feel, is original.
Yeah, but then there were all the little piss babies saying, this is a Breath of the Wild copycat. It's like, well, then what is Legends of Arceus
at the end
too?
of the day, I mean, Breath of the Wild, then Breath of the Wild is just Skyrim, but Nintendo.
Yeah.
But honestly. I mean, it's like they're still kind of establishing a genre of how you play the game. I mean, it's not like you're going to sit here and say Fortnite and Call of Duty Warzone are the same thing. They're just they both happen to be BRs.
Yeah,
it's the same concept of when people in the day were like, Halo is just space Call of Duty. It's like, yeah, they're both first person shooters, you dipshit.
Yeah,
like they're totally different games, and they're so very original with the story that they're telling. Whereas right now, it's like, even when you have something original-ish, the new Kirby game, it's still Kirby.
Yeah.
Like, there's no Billy Hatchers or Pikmin anymore. No one wants to take a chance on a new IP or establishing something like that.
Or remaking an old one that wasn't necessarily successful because the gamer pool was smaller back then.
I mean, even still with remakes of, like, something not being successful, or just, like, hashing out on, let's make a sequel to something that really didn't need it. Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Here's Blade Runner. I absolutely love Blade Runner. And I'm going to say it, I absolutely love the new Blade Runner. We didn't need a new Blade Runner.
Yeah.
2049 or whatever the number is after it did not need to be made. There was no reason to have a new Blade Runner. Like, why are we sitting here making sequels and making all of this shit and making... Why is there need for Speed 18? Why does that franchise have so many damn movies?
I don't know.
Why is Star Wars following the same storyline for 9 movies? Star Wars is huge. Do something else. Like, that's where Mandalorian I thought was great.
Cinder.
But, like, Dune just came out. There was an original Dune movie. Mm-hmm. And the original Dune movie was from the original book. And it's like, oh my God.
Why are we remaking it again?
You just make something new. It's very... And it's tough because you sit here and it's like, it was successful and people will buy it.
It's like, well, of
and
course.
Surprise, surprise, people buy it. And now the media and large streams, like any type of medium, is like, oh, obviously people don't want new things, so let's just keep remaking old things. Oh, here's a Knights of the Old Republic remaster. Here's a Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remaster. Mm-hmm. Here's this, that, and the other. And it's like, even when there's new ideas, it's still not really that new. Like Kirby and Pokemon Arceus. It's like, wow, those are new and they're going to be a breath of fresh air and we're probably going to love them. But at the end of the day, it's still
just remaking stuff.
It's still IPs that are still already so successful. It's like, it's really strange and really difficult to find new and inviting and exciting concepts. Yeah. Especially in movies now too.
Yeah.
Finding an original movie, an original screenplay that isn't from a book, it's from someone's mind, is impossible.
One, especially the titling of like specifically horror movies, it's like, how do you name it without it being scary, right? It's like Insidious. I don't know other words that are scary, but like it's
Sinister.
Essentially evil, right? Like, how do you name other movies that don't use the word evil. It's like everything is just a wash and repeat of itself.
Everything has to be a trilogy. Everything has to have a whatever. And it's like, just recently, you can say we're late. Literally just a few days ago, we watched Shutter Island.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
I actually have seen it when I was younger. My parents are big movie buffs. I've seen it, but I forgot about it.
Never saw it.
Oh my God, my stomach.
I did hear that one. I did. Wow, that was bad. But never seen it. I thought it was wonderful.
It was awesome.
And I can guarantee you, if it was made in this modern age, someone would be reaching out. Hey, what's the real answer for this? Hey, let's make another Shutter Island 2, The Mystery of the Lighthouse, or something like that. No. They made it. That's how the story is.
And they left it.
It's over. Just let it be.
Yeah.
So it's like, for whatever reason, people have, and I think it is just the attention span and how modern media is nowadays, of like, they need instant gratification and they can't sit here and critically think on things.
Yeah.
Like, they can't sit here. And those movies were so popular because people had more of an attention span and more memory to sit here and be like, I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
I want to talk about what the theory could be for this ending. I want to talk about how this could be, oh, wow, this, that, and the other. Nope. It's just here it is. And just like Loki, right at the end, credit scene, Loki season 2, already announced.
Yep. Like, we're already working on it because we know that
we already know you're going to want it. It's like, why?
Oh my God, my stomach.
You got a problem? You little shitty baby over there?
No, it's not like I have to poop or anything.
Poop? What's that? Poop. Someone got poop or anything?
No, my stomach is just being a little bitch. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't. I feel like that's a whole other conversation of talking about people's attention spans and needs and the gratification, especially after the pandemic. I will say, I need my brain constantly stimulated.
Yeah,
I could not have been
tough.
And like, specifically for the pandemic, for me, I was left alone because you were fortunate to work.
Yeah.
I wasn't, and school wasn't necessarily an interaction in any capacity. I was alone for probably a year's worth of time.
Yeah.
Alone.
Easily.
With the cats.
Easily.
Which I'm socially awkward right now. Like, we went to the game, which was so nice and such a wonderful group of people, but I was fucking awkward. Like, I just don't know how to.
Bit.
I don't know how to socialize with people. They all have jobs. They all have significant others, and they have their own lives. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm sitting here just flopping around. I don't know how to socialize with you guys. Like, what do you do? Wow, you've had a stable job and you have great things going for you, and your skin is clear. Like, what? Who are you?
I mean, at the same time, you have all of that now too, so.
Well, now I do, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of where we're at. I mean, sound off in the comments. We understand we're old, and all of this topic totally panders more towards casual people and all of that other stuff, because I mean, there's another point on this with like multiplayer and community of stuff like that.
Oh my God.
But that can be another topic. But I mean, for me, I have this conversation with a few of my friends too. It's like, I miss the old days of being able to get on and actually, enjoy the games that I play. There is absolutely not a single shot in hell that I'm going to play Halo after like a long day of work or something, because I'm just going to get shit on by 13-year-olds that all they do is play that game all day.
Well, it's like Destiny for you.
Yeah. There's points in Destiny too where I'm just like, I'm not humoring the idea of trying to do this, because it's just, I'm just going to get shit on. And it's just not fun.
It's also, there's a side commentary too that I don't want to get into of the streamers being the people that contribute to that, who in the gamer burnout as well. That these people, their job is to literally play games all day, every day.
Yeah. And
they don't have this traditional 9 to 5, so they contribute to this gamer burnout, but then they also contribute to the gachas, where it's like you lose this concept of money, where because they can just go and buy. I've seen Genshin streamers just.
We are once again asking in the comments if you would like to hear this 8th topic we've brought up in a future episode. Please let us know.
It's so much like I almost just want to do like a 6-hour podcast, because it's just so many loops in things that we can talk about that we have deep shit about this to say. Like there's a problem with it. We see both sides. We always play devil's advocate with one another.
Absolutely.
If we have a conflict, we're like, all right, fuck ass. Like, look at this side. And like, what do you think of this? And it's like, no, but like, what about this? And it's like, I don't know. There's just so much that can be said about it. But you know, the streamers, there's a whole commentary about the streamer life and content creation and the expectations. Like, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an artist, but I also wanted to, well, I mean, I still want to be an artist, but that's not obtainable. But you know, they're like, I want to be a policeman and fireman. It's like, no, people want to be content creators.
Yeah,
it's
a whole different world now, and it's crazy. So
that's terrifying.
Synopsis of the episode: we are boomers. We miss the old
MOOMERS.
times.
We're millennial.
I will not go by Moomer.
I mean, I practically do by being Momo. I'm halfway there.
Oh my god! But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us on this one.
We'll do another episode where we can go in depth in more of these topics if you ask us to, because we don't know what you want to hear.
Yeah, if you hated this topic, just dislike the shit out of it or something. I don't know.
Let's get 4 dislikes.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us on this one. Just want to say I've been keeping track of some of the analytics here as much as I shouldn't be, especially with us being so small and all of that, but the you know, resounding support we've been getting from a lot of people, some people saying, you know, this is great, and seeing some new faces and seeing some new names commenting on things, we really appreciate it. It means a lot.
Even if we just have like a few people sitting there and spending time to listen, because I know coming off the pandemic, there are so many content creators that helped me just distract myself. Even if I wasn't listening, you know. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm trying to have a sip. I'm crying. Oh my god. Okay. I'm trying to sit over here and talking. And I see like Grant's like fiddling with something over there, and so I look over and he's picking at his belly button. He's just got his little fupa pouch.
Some lint in my belly. Get rid of it.
No.
I didn't think you were looking over here.
I have tears streaming down my face right now. Oh my god. Okay, I'm so sorry, but anyways, content creators that have helped me through stuff, and even if this just takes your mind off for the day, then that's the goal. And you know, even if you don't interact with liking the video or commenting, the fact that you stay and just even for 20 minutes into the podcast is already really huge, and just your interactions help us. And it, you know, I would like to say, oh, it doesn't impact us, but it motivates us. You know, we see people interacting and it motivates us to continue, because we want to know that we can at least help like one person throughout the day. And that, that makes
we're not
us
looking
happy.
for that validation. I mean, it obviously helps us a lot, and we really appreciate it, because we can't move off of the validation, because then we'll just get burned out. But it helps. I mean, shit, who doesn't like it when they say nice things about them or about their content?
Compliments.
Yeah. So we really appreciate all of you being here for all of this, and we really hope to, you know, continue seeing you with wherever this journey is going to be taking us, whether it's more content, adapting more content, or shit, whatever the hell comes next. But that's pretty much where we're at on this one. Again, we really appreciate all of you being here, and we hope to see you all in the next one. So
yeah,
thank you all for joining us for nostalgia and belly button picking.
That's disgusting.
I'm sorry, I didn't think you were gonna say. But yeah, anyway, bye.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate you. Have an awesome day and stay hydrated. Don't pick your belly button.